Hi everyone, Liane here. I hope you're doing well. So today I'm really excited to talk about my journaling ecosystem. And I absolutely love this trend of referring to our planning, or not just our planning, but our journaling system as ecosystems. System refers, or at least to me, it just reminds me of something a little bit more structured, a little bit more business minded or business based. But then when I think of ecosystem, it's up my alley. It's all organic, it's ever evolving, it's ever growing and changing. So I'll talk about my current journaling ecosystem and then also talk about something that didn't really work out and hasn't been working out for me. And I'll explain to you in just a second. So let me tell you about my current journaling ecosystem. So let me tell you about this. I don't know if I've mentioned this in previous videos, but this is my Hobonichi A6, or I guess it's my 5-year techo. And I did buy this in the nude leather, and I bought it for the 2025 start. So it begins in 2025 and ends in 2029. And I had known about this for a couple of years, but I wanted to wait until the series began at 2025 just so that it would continue to grow with me in the convenient 5-year increments. So I would start in 2025 and then I'll finish this in 2029 and start again in 2030. And I bought this with my daughter. So I have a teenage daughter and she has the exact same 5-year techo, but her cover is in red. So she has the red one and I have this nude colored one. And already you can kind of see some of like the patina. It's like oil marks, but for me especially, it's lotion marks. I will refer to this journal at bedtime. So my hands are all lotioned up and then I'm ready to open up my journal. So what I love about it, first of all, it's just so tidy. It takes up a minimal amount of space and it will house 5 years of my daily practical memories. Sometimes it's literally just saying, I did laundry today, picked up the kids, the weather was really hot, and that's it. But what I found is that when I refer back to some of my older journal entries from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, sometimes it is just the mundane that is special to me. So there's very small, like it's literally sometimes a phrase or perhaps even just a few words of a milestone. For example, most recently we were in Korea and within the short and small writing space, I mean, you only have so much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. If you were going to try to write in the tiny little squares, but you have 7 lines, and if you have a full itinerary, you're going here, you're going there. I was able to pack in a ton of very succinct information in this little box here. But of course, I think I wrote extra. Yeah, I would write extra into the next page. Oh, this one's really fun. So from the 19th, or it was the 20th in Korea, we woke up and cabbed it over to Gyeongju World, which is this really fun theme park for water park fun and roller coasters. Water park was really fun, except I got very nauseated on our first roller coaster, the Phaeton. Supremely sad. And I don't even know what I said. And something out after that. Oh, and I bounced out after that. Then dinner across the street at some barbecue spot next to Paek Jong-won's coffee shop. Supermarket shopping, then birthday candle atop a bang, which is bread, cake in Korean, for Audrey's birthday, sweet 16. We wrote her postcard birthday notes. So, yeah, so I have really enjoyed writing in here, and it's fun that I have and that I introduced this 5-year techo to my daughter. And so we will be chronicling our lives together in this way. She is left-handed, so I think for her, she's really enjoyed that the entries are all on the left side of the page. For me, as a right-handed writer, it has been uncomfortable because for me, I prefer to write on the right side of the page. And so when I write on the left side and I get towards the spine, it feels very uncomfortable for me. But then I did wonder, what would it be like if I did write on the right side of the page? Would I feel like the page was too small, that my hand would come off the page? I don't know. So I think that for my daughter, as a left-handed writer, it works really well for her. For me, I was actually surprised. I didn't realize that the 5-year techo had their entries on the left side, and then they have a blank page on the right. Because I already purchased it, I decided just to commit. I mean, it is quite an investment to get the system. So I've just gotten used to it. And I think what will be most special is just at the end of the 5 years to have a compilation of memories will be so invaluable. And then to look back with my daughter will be extra special. Also, just wanted to mention that I have my Uni Jetstream, my tried and true, my favorite ballpoint pen ever, my favorite writing implement outside of fountain pens, and they conveniently have this little loop here for your pen clip. And so this set, it stays together. So they're definitely besties. Okay, and then let's see here. Now these two are tied together. They're related in that at the beginning of the year, I started writing in the Bow Tie A6 techo, the HON edition, and I wrote in it every single day. And I don't want to open it, too much, because I did write a lot of personal information and, emotions up and down, everything in between. And I was writing in it very, very regularly until the beginning of June. And now if you look at it, I don't have any entries. I mean, that's because in June, Allison and I embarked on the Artist's Way. And the Artist's Way required or highly encouraged us to write 3 pages stream of consciousness every single day. And so now the morning pages replaced my daily journaling. And now that I am really into the morning pages, and I believe the hype, as I practiced what Julia Cameron, the author, really insisted on us to do. When I practiced, I realized how invaluable the morning pages have been. A lot of transformation took place over the 12 weeks that Allison and I were on the Artist's Way journey together. So now I've pretty much have committed to the A5 size for my daily journaling. I do have to say that when I was in Korea for the latter half, for most of August, I did not write in the morning pages. Part of it was just fatigue from the jet lag, but then also the emotional fatigue from having completed the Artist's Way and doing it every single day on top of all of the assignments, tasks, the readings. I just wanted to give it a break. And also because of the jet lag, I just did not have the mental capacity to be able to commit to writing 3 full pages. So during that time, my only form of journaling was in my 5-year techo, and that felt manageable, especially with the jet lag. So I think heading into next year for the indefinite future, I will be continuing to write in my morning pages using this A5 size here. By the way, this is the Superior Labor A5 cover, and this was dark brown, or maybe it was just called brown. Allison refers to it as milk chocolate brown, and ever since she said that it was milk chocolate, I love this cover even more. And I got it relatively new. I got it probably in June of this year as well, just as I was starting the Artist's Way, and it still feels quite new. Doesn't yet feel completely broken in, but it's on the journey with me. So it's the A5, and then also inside is the Midori lined paper. This is MD cream paper here, and I just absolutely love it. I love the toothiness. I love that it's a little bit thicker than Tomoe River paper, and I've really enjoyed journaling and doing my 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing, and it's become such a daily habit. And I honestly haven't written in it since I got back from Korea. I didn't write in it at all while I was in Korea. So I'm happy to get back on track with the kids in school now. I feel like I can establish a rhythm again, and this is definitely going to be a part of my morning routine. And then lastly, this is my regular sized Traveler's Company notebook in indigo blue. And what I have in here is more related to my occupation. I am a therapist. And so what I have in here, I have two main parts to this notebook. This first one, this is, by the way, I purchased this notebook from SaricaStudio. This is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. And in this section, and I've gotten into the fun tradition of writing only in blue ink. What I do is typically after a particularly hard or a really positive or impactful session with a client, I'll write a little note to myself. And I've really considered this like a celebrations log. Anytime that I felt really proud of the work that I did, I will write just a few lines. Sometimes it takes up a quarter of the page. Sometimes it takes up the entire page. My most recent entry was actually it was like right before I left for Korea. And so this has been really nice to just highlight some of the big wins, because my profession, it can be very difficult and it gets very complicated. And then sometimes the most unexpected, most beautiful thing happens. And I like to remember that. So I savor it by writing it down in this beautiful notebook. And then this one here, so I would say I don't use or refer to this notebook as much, but what it is a compilation of notes. Sometimes, I mean, you can kind of call it like a commonplace notebook, but anytime I'm reading an article or a book related to therapy, psychology, I'll write down some notes. So this one I think is even from a YouTube video that I was watching, The Art and Science of Thought Suppression. And I write down some examples. I write down some helpful articles that they talk about, some bullet points. And so that's been really nice. That's been really nice to write down. But the last time I wrote an entry in here was in July. So that's been really nice. And this stays at my desk. This stays at my work desk, and I really, really love this color. I think it has to be my favorite notebook out of the Traveler's Company notebook collection that I have. And if you want to just take a look at these brass charms, this is the Superior Labor brass charm that Allison picked up for me from Little Coco Studio. She picked up an extra charm for me when she went to Kurashiki, the brick and mortar shop of the Superior Labor Company. This is the newest addition to my notebook, and this is the Mizuhiki charm that I bought at the Tokyo Station Traveler's Company store. And then this is a little fish charm that I got on Etsy. I think it's so cute. To me, it looks like salmon. It looks like pink salmon. So this trio, it's just very cute, very cute. So there's that. Pretty simple. So as far as my daily journaling or my regular current journaling, it's going to be this trio here. I would love to hear what your system looks like. Leave your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.